Okay, I'm so hungry. Yum. Liar. Me pigging out on chips with my Goku jumper. Okay, so I have a cooking video. It's not really a cooking video, but just got home from work. 10-hour shift. Long day. Slightly sore back. But gotta get stuff done. Feel happy. And before we start, look at this. Got dirty dishes. And then in the dishwasher, got stuff to put away that's clean. So that I can then put these dishes in there. And then I also want to make a meal so that we have something to cook. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Harris. I'm just peeking out a little bit because I'm so hungry. Well, Harris, this is a house I moved into. Initially belonged to my husband. Now belongs to both of us. But the point is, I'm not a dishwasher person. I'm not used to it. I'm used to washing the dishes, you know, the old-fashioned way. So it's hard to get used to. I know who you are, Daniel. We were going to go, what's the word? Archery? We're going to do that together, and then I met my husband, and then we were never able to do it together. Is that right? Is that who you are? So, first of all, I need to shred chicken. And to shred chicken, you need already made chicken. I'm very lucky because I have an awesome husband. Here's one. I'll show you. I made the chicken. I prepared it, but he did what I asked. So, here is a very well marinated chicken. I need to shred it. And once I've shredded it, then I can show you the recipe that husband and I eat on repeat because it's really good. Sorry, so hungry. Yeah, the top is, it's a little tired. Look again. Perfect. Only slightly charred at the top. So hungry. Sorry, guys. I'm snacking, which I shouldn't do because it means I won't eat my dinner, but I'm really hungry. Yeah. Got my wedding and engagement ring on. See? My eyes look horrible. So it is, but I gotta take it off when I cook. Put my hair in a ponytail. So I defrosted the chicken 2 nights ago, made a marinade with cumin and paprika and olive oil. Oh, that's why it looks bad. I think I smudged it. Anyway, olive oil, some lime juice, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so for now, I'm gonna put this down here. I have in a ponytail. This, like that. This is our chicken. Again, there it is. I prepped it the other day, and I said to the hubby on the phone today, can you please pop it in the oven, you know, just for like an hour and a half. So that's what it looks like. Now I need gloves, and I just need a plate, and then we can shred it. Well, it might look delicious, Daniel, but I'm not going to eat it immediately. I am going to shred it and make it for something else, which is also super delicious. I copied the recipe off the internet, but I changed it a little. I always slightly change the recipes that I locate. So, shredding chicken. Shredding chicken literally just means tearing it apart. Okay. There we go. So just shred it. Make sure you gotta like stick your fingers in, because you don't want to put any bones in there. Alright, here we go. Normally, like, if you were to watch a recipe, if you were to watch someone talk about doing this recipe, they would say, this recipe only takes you 10 minutes. The problem with saying that is that you need to already have a chicken roasted, or you could go to like your local supermarket and purchase a chicken. The reason I don't like to do that is because those roasted chickens, while they're delicious, they sit in plastic the whole day. And sitting in plastic for a whole entire day equals just like things that you're then eating and consuming. That's probably not good for you, your fertility, your little soldiers, all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to do this recipe that I'm about to show you once I've shredded it, which is gonna make it take ages, I would recommend going to Charcoal Chicken, or a chicken place where they don't wrap it in plastic, where they put the chicken and it's hot and it's staying warm and all of that, but it's doing so either in cardboard or in a just roasting on their thing, and it's just being kept warm. So that could work too. I'll try some. Needs more salt. Like, it's full of flavor though. Okay, so obviously when I say shredded, I don't mean that like you're going to put it in like some sort of a machine type shredder. It just means that you tear it apart. Because initially when I heard the word shredded, I was like, what does shredded chicken mean or look like? Okay. Do you know what's funny? I started watching a TV show with my husband that I never thought I'd watch, because I never was interested in it. It's called Married at First Sight, MAFS. MAFS Australia. Hubby likes it. I don't watch it. But because everyone is like into it, and it's something that I can like bond over with my in-laws, I started watching it towards the end season. So I think it's funny that like, I like reality television. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't, but I think it's funny that the show that I don't watch is a show that he watches, which people would be like, oh, that's not really a show maybe that a guy would watch. So I think that's funny. But yeah, just gonna keep shredding. Yeah, I should have added salt and pepper. But that's alright, because the next thing I'm gonna make will have sufficient. Is this Mia Bella? No, I am not Bia. My name is not Mia. Anyway, so then you keep so anyway, yeah, long story short, back to the original topic. I get sidelined when I talk to myself, to you guys. What was I saying? Yeah, if you do this recipe, if you decide, if anyone who's watching actually decides to do this recipe, yeah, and you don't want to roast the chicken a day before and all that kind of stuff, purchase your chicken not from a supermarket because it's not good for, you know, what you consume unless you don't care. Purchase it from a charcoal chicken type place or from a El Jannah. They make great seemingly healthy chickens. Yeah, that's a bone. Yeah, so normally when you watch cooking shows, it's all pre-done, so it's a lot quicker. In this situation, you're actually getting the whole, oh, I didn't show how I made the chicken and like the marinade that I use, but I'm a little bit of a loser when it comes to like how I nerd. Shredded as in abs. No, I wish I was more fit that way. But, you know, you're trying to get pregnant, you don't really care too much about having abs. Anyway, but yeah, just keep tearing apart the chicken. Like that. Yes, my name is Dia Beltran. That's not what you said. Oh, this was a typo. Hello, Oswanda. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep tearing. But yeah, so it's kind of cool that like life for me has changed. I liked being married. I like prepping food and having it ready for him. But actually, to be honest, this is the first time I've cooked in maybe a month and a half. Is the net. Well, may have changed. Is done. I don't understand what you're saying. I was talking about the chicken. Yeah, the chicken is ripped. It has abs. Okay, this is just, feel that I'm trying to, my hands are so small that my hands are drowning in this. Okay, hang on. Well, may have changed. I'm trying to read what you're saying. It's easy. It is. Changed in 6 years or so. Well, yeah, I've definitely changed in 6 years or so. I wasn't sure that I would be married. I'm glad I am. I'm glad he's in my life. He's certainly healed a lot of what past individuals, friends and non-friends, former friends, left scarred in me. But super happy. God answers prayers. Let's say that. But yeah, I haven't cooked in about a month and a half. I have my own channel since 2006. Yeah, I think I remember you. Okay, hang on. I don't want to. There we go. What was I saying? I haven't cooked in a month and a half because I haven't felt well enough, like posture wise, back problems wise, busyness wise. So my husband's been very good about like cooking and doing all that stuff. He's a very good cook actually. Oh, I hate my eye makeup. I did not do a good job. My left eye looks horrible compared to my right eye. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe you guys don't even notice it, but I'm hating my eyes right now. Okay, and so I'm going to keep shredding it. Okay. But being married is nice because if I'm not in the mood of cooking, then he'll cook. Or if none of us are in the mood of cooking, we'll be like, okay, what are we getting takeout-wise? Hope you feel better. Look into supplements. Mediterranean diet helps. Well, actually, I don't eat that badly. Better soon. And Mediterranean diet can't help like your posture and your back pain. But it just certainly helps, yeah, you're right, regarding like staying skinny, not becoming a fat person. For sure, it's good in that sense. Just gonna keep that. Yeah, the thing I don't like about my job is that it's 10 hours, so I get 1 hour break and I'm constantly bending and moving, and it's just a little frustrating. But so yeah, just keep doing it. It doesn't matter how you roast your chicken and the marinade you use. Just use whatever you think tastes great. Because then the part, which job, it's in the dental world, but it's not what I used to do, which is dental assisting. I'm not a dental assistant, but it is in the dental world. Yeah. How cold has it been lately in Melbourne? Okay, like that. Yeah. But it's fun to cook. It's fun to have things done. This particular meal that I'm making, it won't last long. It will go to, it'll probably be my dinner tonight. It'll be husband's lunch tomorrow. And then there'll be a few more and then it'll be done. Like that. Yeah, my husband called me on my lunch break and he said, "You didn't call me, you bitch." And I'm like, "Oh, I was getting to it. I was going to call you eventually." He always calls me. I don't like to be called all the time. I find it annoying, but he calls me all the time. He'll call me to tell me what just happened when he's going to be home in 5 minutes to still be able to tell me what happened. So it's like, what's the point in calling me? Oh yeah, definitely be colder in Canberra. What's the point in calling me? Because he's so cute. Like, he's excited to talk to me. But he's certainly more into like phone calls and having conversations on the phone than I am. I would rather just talk to him when he's home to be able to discuss the topics that he's so enthusiastic about. Anyway, he shouldn't say that. He shouldn't say what? What has he said? He hasn't said anything. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull off a wing. Here we go, pulling off a wing. But yeah, no, I have the type of husband that if I'm like upset, crying about something sad, he'll call me and he'll be like, "Hey, bub, are you okay? I'm just checking in on you because I know you're sad about this particular issue, whatever it is." So in that sense, I love it when he calls me. But when I just want to be left alone, I'm certainly the man in the relationship when it comes to that stuff. Like, he's definitely more attentive to me than I am to him, which is not very nice because he's such a beautiful human. I think I'm just not used to calling someone all the time, you know, unless it's my mama. Okay, that's a bone. Those are bones. Yeah, I know, I'm coming off as a real bitch, aren't I? Okay, so that's being ripped off. Someone's written a message that I can't see, but it says, "This message is being held for review." But I don't know what... Are you saying that I have huge bags under my eyes? Fair enough. I am tired. Alright, now, this is the bit that's left. That's the bit that's left of the chicken. And actually, I'm not stressed about anything. So I'm not really sure what you're talking about. But thanks for pointing out something that I didn't think I had. The joys of the internet. That's fine. I'm not offended. I don't actually care. Keep ripping. But I have, yeah, I definitely have a good husband. I think the fact that you can be the type of person that's like, I don't want to cook, I don't feel like cooking, and then he'll pick up the slack, or vice versa, is that's the important thing I think about marriage. or at least if you're not married, that's the important good thing about a healthy, non-toxic relationship. Hubby and I don't even agree on everything politically, but we argue well. When you argue, you need to argue well. You need to be able to say, what is your perspective? What is your point? And then after you've said that, you need to be able to present your point without like deflecting blame. Because if you've done something wrong, you need to apologize for it. I gotta bounce. Bye, David. Daniel. Future archery buddy. Okay, just gotta keep ripping. Sorry, guys. I know my lives are very random. It'd be kind of cool if I always did one, like I used to. But my lives now are just when I feel like it. But my content on my TikTok gets a lot more views, I think, than my YouTube channel. That's debatable, I think, but especially the stuff when I talk about my husband, having a husband, what it's like to have a husband, being a Christian woman, waiting until, you know, the age of 38 to finally find the person that God intended you to be with. All of those sorts of things I talk about on my TikTok. And, you know, how healing it is to have a good person. YouTube is a bit oldish and it's less trendy. But YouTube is still my go-to. Like when I come home from work and I'm not doing what I'm currently doing, which is this live, I put on YouTube. That's the first thing I put on. And then I'll find something that I'm interested in, interviews of particular maybe celebrities that I like or something biblical. It's free. Yeah, I'm not going to pay premium just to not get ads. I'll just like distract myself during the ads. Does everyone like my jumper? I think my hoodie is so cool. Okay, like that. That's another thing. I like Dragon Ball Z way more than my husband does. When were you live the last time? I feel like a week ago, maybe. I was in my car. I am cool, at least in that, or a nerd, it depends. But I am a Dragon Ball Z nerd. I love Dragon Ball Z. I don't read any Japanese or anything. I'm not like that far, but like pretty into it. Very sad to hear when Akira Toriyama passed away. But yeah, I do think he passed the baton on to someone else. So hopefully they don't ruin it. Okay. Almost done. Almost done with the shredding. That's exciting. So then I'll be able to show you the part of the recipe that like everyone goes crazy for. I remember you in the car. Yes. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. I was about 12 or 13 when I started watching Dragon Ball Z. So I started watching Dragon Ball Z and then I found out that there was a show called Dragon Ball when I watched that. So I watched the pre-show after having watched the show, like the Dragon Ball Z version. Yeah. And me and my sister and my brother like loved it. It was like replaced religion for us for a while. Dragon Ball sex. That's funny, but no. Alright, so like that. Very good. It was a big thing. How do you feel about Trump with the Jesus imaging? Yeah, a little unwise. I don't think anyone should be dressing up as Jesus. Anyone that dresses up as Jesus is technically doing the wrong thing. But I don't think he hates God either. I don't see Donald Trump as a Christian. He's not a Christian, but he is an ally. He's on our side. So I think from time to time he will commit certain blunders because he's just not sure. He says he's a Christian, but what he means is he was culturally raised as a Christian, but he's not actually a Christian. Leonard Leo, more powerful. Is Leonard Leo? I don't know who Leonard Leo is, I'm sorry. What was your favorite saga? Probably the Cell Saga. The time, you know, like knowing that all these people had gone back in time and stuff. Well, the Frieza Saga was probably one of the best because of one particular reason, and that's the moment like that TV changed. Goku becomes a Super Saiyan. Like, there's no way. Need me a quick what? Yeah, there's no way that moment doesn't stand out. Like, it has to be the Frieza Saga. But for me, the storyline of when Trunks is talking to Goku, saying "Bulma's your mother," that's what I like. What am I making? I am making. You haven't even said what I'm making yet, have I? I've been live for 26 minutes. I'm making a casserole, but for now, I just have to keep shredding it. 40 years plus work at all levels. I'm not sure what you're reacting to, but with that comment. Okay, hang on. I just gotta keep shredding. It's almost done. Give me a sec, guys. Hang on. My husband calls, guys. I'm gonna turn the live off. God. Okay. Ah! Happy's good. Ever tried duck? I've eaten duck, but I've never tried cooking it, no. I wouldn't even run over a duck if I was driving. Why would I want to eat it? Although I have eaten it. Alright. Yeah, I have a good husband, everyone. Definitely, it is good to have a husband that is protective of your heart, protective of your emotions, wants to provide for you. Alright, I think I'm done. Alright, give me a sec, everyone. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna take this off. Give me a sec, guys. Our dog. Jax! Hi, Jax. Sit! Speak! 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 Sit! Speak! Speak! No, that's not how you do it. Speak! No, speak! There you go. Alright, that deserves something. I'm just gonna give him a snack. Give me a sec, guys. Ready? Ready? Here you go. Something you should know as a hunter from New South Wales, since you live in Victoria, it's what we call hunting state, as it has the best hunting laws in the country. Okay. So Puffy. Who's Puffy? View message. Oh, your sister has a dog like that? This is technically my husband's dog. I just happened to inherit it when I married him. Sometimes I hate him, truthfully, but because I love animals, even if I sometimes hate him. Okay, alright, so got my shredded chicken. Now I can make the actual dish. Whew, this is what's left. Just gonna move this on this side. Alright. So What are we making? Okay, so we are making a Mexican casserole, chicken casserole. I'll show you the ingredients. It's pretty easy. I'm just wiping the counter. Give me a sec. So I can keep everything nice and neat. All right, and then I'll show you what I'm making. I don't have anything prepared, so this is literally as raw as you can get when it comes to cooking. Like everyone that does cooking channels, and I love those channels because I copy their stuff for myself. I just alter it. But yeah, all those sorts of channels, they have everything pre-done. This is me live, just gotten home from work, wearing like my big baggy jumper with my uniform underneath with really bad eyeliner. Yeah. All right. Okay. I like cats better, to be honest. If you or your hubby is interested, you have the best hunting opportunities. By the way, what happened to your political commentary? I'm still relatively political, but I was more interested in being a wife than I was in growing my channel and becoming like Candace Owens or something. Not that I was on that trajectory. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not that arrogant, but I was pretty recognized. Even to this day, I'll go to a new church and then they'll be like, "Oh, you're Dia," and I'm like, "Oh, it's weird. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens, and it's really odd. I'm not used to it." I don't think I would hunt, but if we go through a blackout, it makes sense to learn how to hunt some sort of animal. All right, I'm just behind my phone. I need to get a tray. Give me a sec, guys. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, so hang on. Greetings from New South Wales, United Kingdom. Hope you're all well. South Wales, not New South Wales, South Wales. Yes, I frequently hunt deer and ducks. I almost ran over a deer today. I felt really guilty. All right, so you need a pan. Not that any of you are going to repeat this recipe, but whatever. I feel funny. I feel like excited that I get to like do like, oh, this is some of the things that me and my husband eat on rotation. South Wales, not New South Wales. Joe King is from South Wales, not New South Wales. Yes, you're in the original. All right, this is mine. I bought this to this house when I moved in. I use avocado oil or olive oil. I don't like to use any other oil because the others are bad. So I got that avocado oil spray. Give it a shake. Spray down the pan. Okay, then you need one of those oil brushes, which means I'm north of Dia. Yes. Guys, hit the like, bro. Oh, thanks. That's really nice. All right, give me a second. I'm just going to find everything I need. I'm obviously not prepared. Actually, I'll show you my drawers. Give me a sec. This is... So, I'm seeking a grey... Okay, these are our tongs. See, my husband puts these in here. But then I feel like that stacks it up even more. So I stick it here. I go against him and I put it here. These are mine from home, these copper cups. Try to use copper for everything. Look, we even have like copper cups that we drink from because copper is good for like regenerating your insides, copper water. Alright, give me a sec, guys. Gotta find stuff. So go away. Back. Alright. Let's have a look. That's what I was looking for. See this? That's my oil brusher. Oops. Didn't know Dia hated Latinas. Okay, so actually, look, you can see what I'm doing. You just sort of roughly oil it like that. It's already technically been oiled, but I'm just sort of roughly like that. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So that's oiled. Keep eating my packet of chips. Right now, the base. What is it? Gotta go to the freezer. That's your base. This is called cauliflower rice. It's better for you than rice. It's frozen. They're going to chuck it on the ground. Alright. That should be alright. Alright, I'm going to show you how you put it in. Don't feel off topic, but 6-7. Don't be deceived, referring to Bible passages. 6-7 equals I think it's Ephesians 6-7. I'm going to show you how I do this. Hang on. No. Okay, ready? Go like that. Done. Just. Okay, what I actually need is not this one. So like that. But at the moment, it's not done. So that's your cauliflower rice. Okay, that's your cauliflower rice. So need something like this, maybe. Sort of mush it around. Now, the good part. So, the person who originally made this recipe that I copied it off is a YouTube channel called Low Carb Life. I don't want to steal her. I don't want anyone, I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. It's from her. But I have elevated the recipe for the likes of Latinos, which she is. She happens to be Latina. But also, my husband is Mauritian and loves spice. So I've made the recipe a little bit more, given it with a little more kick. Yes. If you legitimately like food and you're trying to lose weight and all that stuff, she is the channel that I follow. Her. And I also have books. In my last cooking live, I think I told you guys who the cookbooks are that I follow. Hang on a sec. Yeah, this is half of the food that I make for my husband is from here. So if I ever decide to make a quiche, the quiche is from here. So this is a girl who used to be on a show called Laguna Beach. Then she was on a show called The Hills. Now, she's famous for non-cooking reasons, but I like her for her cooking. But I also listen to her podcast, which is called Let's Be Honest. A lot of non-Christian stuff, but some stuff I like. Anyway, but her cooking stuff is good because she's very like she doesn't give her kids flour unless it's like you know when you give your kids bleached flour, it's like stripped of all its nutrients. It's mostly gluten-free, all that kind of stuff. So she gives her kids really good food. But anyway, back to the recipe that I copied from a different woman, a different content creator, but that I changed. It's not the same, so no one can say I've stolen the recipe. Okay, so now it looks like this. Now it's really plain and boring. I add taco mix. When I go shopping, I always buy different ones. Now, there's this one, gluten-free. But my husband, see how that says fiery? My husband will probably like this one. But because I'm not into it as much as he is, I'm Latina, he's Mauritian. He would probably prefer it really, really spicy. But I'm going to go in the middle. So this is like 2 chilies. That's the same one I use. The gluten-free one. They're good. Yeah, the fiery one, is that the one you meant? So I'm not going to use that one. It would be better for my husband if I did, but I'm not. Okay, so then, all right, give me a sec. All right, scissors, cut it. And now I'm just going to pour it in. Okay, so far it doesn't look very good. There you go. My mother has celiac disease, so yeah. Oh, I don't know what that disease is. I'm not familiar with that word. I think I've heard that word, but I'm not familiar with what it does. Okay, so it looks like this. Like that. Now, you mix it in. There should be enough cauliflower. There's just 1 packet of cauliflower rice. The funny thing about being gluten-free, which I'm not because I have an allergy of some sort, I have chronic fatigue, diagnosed chronic fatigue, and eating normally, like everyone else who eats gluten, it triggers your can't speak English. It can trigger my fatigue, and when I have chronic fatigue, it leads to a really horrible depression. I don't suffer from depression, but the fatigue leads to those sorts of things. It leads to brain fog. It leads to forgetfulness. It leads to me losing my car and not remembering where I parked it. Really horrible. So even though I don't always eat gluten-free, I try to be gluten-free often. So the spice mix I've just used, this spice mix isn't gluten-free. But if hubby and I at the moment do want to, have babies and stuff, and the naturopath actually said that eating gluten-free is good. It's like a fertility diet being gluten-free. But this is technically not gluten-free because the mix I've just used, which I could have used the gluten-free one, I chose not to, that is has gluten in it somehow. Okay, that's pretty good. See how it's all pretty much mixed in like that. Then the next thing you want to do, can everybody hear me? I think I accidentally muted it. I mean, she's allergic to gluten and can eat. Hello, Debin Ferris. Alright, so that's done. I'm so hungry. Bring some sushi. Alright. Now, the original recipe doesn't call for taco mix and it doesn't call for this. This is chorizo and it's slightly spicy chorizo. So again, I said I elevated it. Audio is fine? Great. So I'm going to slice what's left of this chorizo. As you can tell, my husband's cut a little bit off. Just cut off there. Just peel off the plastic bit. So that's what it looks like. Just throw this in the bin. Alright, chopping board. I don't like using metal ones, I prefer wood, but one is too big to use and the other one is in the... Am I Chinese? Yes. Alright. So I'm just going to slice up this chorizo. Is chorizo bad for dogs? Can I feed it to my dog? Oh, well, how we get angry at me? Alright, so now I'm gonna just chop it in half. See if I can like put the camera on this. Give me a sec. Hang on. Hang on. Alright. Can anyone see? Alright. I'm gonna cut the cylinder in half. As you can tell, I almost just cut myself. There we go. It's quite spicy, actually. Okay, hang on. Alright, there we go. Alright, so slice it up in two halves and I'm just gonna slice it again. Okay, half again. See? And then chop. I wish I could like move the camera so you guys could see how I was chopping it. Anyway, I'll show you in a sec. That. Almost done. Sorry guys, I know I'm taking ages, but I know you guys don't tune in to actually watch me cook. Alright, so these are the pieces chopped up, and then you just sort of say anything. Is this live? I can't see anything. I don't know if it's reconnected. Anyway, so as I was saying, I can't... how do I... Give me a second. It's not letting me do anything. I can't touch anything. It's not letting me do anything. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna be out of it and come back in. I'm trying to turn the screen around. All right, whatever. I can't do it. So, just had a phone call from my husband. So this is the chicken we shredded. That's the chorizo I chopped up. Can you see that? Chorizo chopped up. And not only is it chopped up, it's on cauliflower rice that has taco mix on it, okay? So then what you do is you add chicken. You add chicken, okay? Can you guys see that I'm adding chicken? It's all shredded. It's all roasted by me. I buy my chickens from the butcher or from Aldi. I will not buy chicken from Woolworths or from, what's it called, Coles, because it's not good chicken. It's pumped full of hormones. It's pumped full of bad stuff. It's not good, okay? So you do this. Okay, can you guys see? I have no options. See, I took a phone call, and now that I'm trying to like get options and turn the camera around, I can't. All right, so I have to turn the camera around like this. You have to layer everything, and again, I copy all my recipes from people that I enjoy watching. So yeah, cauliflower rice on the base. Well, first you put what's it called, avocado oil spray. And then you spread it around on the base. Then you use cauliflower rice. Then you mix in taco seasoning of some sort. And then you put the chorizo in to add some flavor. And then I'm trying to cover the whole area with chicken. Like that. See? Chicken like that. There. All right, see that? That's all covered. All the chicken essentially has covered the cauliflower rice in my casserole dish. I'll just that. All right. Next is, so now this will go in my fridge. All right. Now this you can get at any Woolworths. It's called La Costeña. The canned company is La Costeña. The enchilada sauce, the one you need to get is the green sauce. If you can't locate this at a Coles or at a Woolies or at an Aldi, buy this. That's the alternative. Okay? All right. So you open it. Okay. Now that's what it looks like. See that? Oops, hang on. It's not even on it. Hang on. Hang on, I can't even see it. Can you see it? Okay. There it is. That sauce gets poured all over this casserole. Okay? So like this. All right. Very green and saucy. Okay. Once that's poured all over, then we add cheese on top. See? All gone. Guess I could put a tiniest bit of water in it. Tiniest bit of water in it. Husband gets angry at me when I use tap water, but whatever. Okay. So, all done. Okay. Got mozzarella cheese here. Oh. Mozzarella cheese. Again, get your cheese, like original cheese, and then shred it yourself. But obviously, we all get lazy sometimes, don't we? Alright, so then you put that on top. And then we put tasty cheese on top as well. So like that. I'm not even really cooking. It's like, these are like super easy recipes. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Yes. Alright. Now I'm going to do the tasty cheese as well. Problem is that it's frozen. This has been defrosted. Okay, let's see what I can do. Okay. And tasty cheese. Alright. So we gotta cook raw. Alright, so now we've got cheese on it. Hang on. See? See the cheese. All that's left now is the tasty cheese. I'm going to just like that. Almost done. Done. Okay, I'll just show it to you. Okay, and that's it. And then you put that in the oven, and yay, it tastes delicious. And hubby